response to this one when I opened it up in top gear. Oh, things happen! Oh, things happen! Woo! Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's another chilly morning in this week's heat wave. I'm doing this video for one reason only really, which is to actually test the camera angle of the GoPro. Only because I've got the medium mod on it now, which makes it a little bit more of a... Oh, looks like I've got an indicator bulb out somewhere. I have to check that when I get to work. It's got the medium mod on it, which makes it slightly chunkier and means it won't fit at the same angle on the helmet mount, chin mount. So I'm just going to check the angle. I've made a few adjustments. I'm hoping it's okay. I'm a little bit worried about the indicator. I'll sort that later. It might be a bulb out or a wiring problem. But yeah, I just wanted to get on the motorway and enjoy this apparent heat wave with glorious sunshine attached that we've been promised. Apparently it's going to be hotter than Barcelona. Okay, Barcelona must be really cold this time of year, but it is what it is. So we're on the M5, we're testing it. Actually not a bad shout to give an idea of the sound quality on the motorway, because I'll be doing a lot of motorway riding on the weekend. So we've got a little bit of an opportunity to test it, see what the fit and finish is like. Quite nice coming out of the VCR every now and then. I know I keep saying it, thinking about selling it. I can't sell it. I love this bike too much. Jump on it. It starts, flick of the key. The gearbox is like butter, and it just chews up miles like this, like nothing else. You know, it's just easy to ride. The motorway is its mecca, unfortunately, because it just does everything it needs to do. Taking on a track. I don't think I'd like to. I'm not old enough or not young enough, fit enough, or have the fast enough reactions to do track work these days. I've only done one track day, and that was back when I was in the RAF, and it was actually more to do with the RAF Motorcycle Club, where they kind of turned one of the runways into a track and opened it up for a day for the club to go to. That was over in Whitton, which is in Norfolk. And I was absolutely knackered, or we were absolutely knackered by the time we got there, because it was, I think, like a 4-hour ride just to get there. It rained, we had to wait for the track to dry out, because the tarmac on a runway is slightly different from the tarmac on a track, so when it's wet, it's actually quite slippery. It's designed to be, I think. I felt it anyway, certainly the big white spikes did. But yeah, that's the only track day that I've done, which was good fun. I was on my ZXR 400 at the time, which was the only bike I've had which I didn't like, I didn't feel comfortable on. I felt, considering it was supposed to be one of the best handling bikes at the time, I felt really, not unsafe, but it never really bonded in the way that a sports bike like that should do, so I never felt comfortable on it. And what I managed to do is, while I was cranked over going into a corner, is catch one of the runway cat's eye lights. Now, you catch a cat's eye on the motorway. If you don't know what a cat's eye is, it's the lights that are in between the white lines on the roads and motorways, and they reflect your lights at night so you can see where the lane markers are. Unfortunately, the ones on runways are a little bit bigger and a little bit harder. They're actually more like the size of that screen in the dome. But I caught one of those, I hit it hard, but it sort of jolted me a bit, caught it on the side of the wheel, didn't think much of it, carried on, felt like I, had an absolute save on that one, because I thought it would have thrown me off. Completed the day, 4-hour ride home. Next day, cleaning the bike off, and I found that I had a sort of chunk out of the wheel, about that size. How the hell the pressure stayed up, I don't know, but it did. But yeah, I wasn't sad to get rid of the ZXR 400. I think I traded that in for the TRX 850, which is probably one of the favourite bikes I've ever owned. The Yamaha TRX 850 was so underrated at its time. Now it's so underrated. You try and buy a second hand one in good condition now, and they're an absolute fortune, but worthy of that price tag because they were such a good bike. So I've got a good reason to take the bike in today. It's my daughter's presentation evening, or presentation award evening that she's been invited to at the university, and I have to be back in time. I've already got to finish work a little bit early, but I cannot take the risk of traffic, which is why I'm on the bike, and it's why I'm on the VTR, because I feel much more comfortable filtering on the VTR than I do the Sportster, because with the wide bars of the Sportster it feels like you're always scratching across people's doors and mirrors. So having the VTR, I can snake through should I need to, and get home in good time. Yeah, I gotta be honest, this heat wave is not doing it for me. Not doing it for me at all. Although I should appreciate it, because the ride up to Shrewsbury on Saturday is supposed to be a bit wet. I'll probably release this after that weekend, or this weekend. I don't know. I'm not really sure where I am right now. I'll probably release this the Saturday after I go to Shrewsbury, so we'll know if it was wet or not. It's very strange doing these vlogs when you're delayed by, you know, a couple of days or a week or two. I mean, some guys have vlogs already prepared months and months in advance. But I don't know how. I mean, maybe they don't do anything current. Maybe they do stuff that isn't doesn't have a time constraint. I mean, a lot of my stuff is quite current, so it's talking about stuff that's happening right now. Which, you know, if I release this now 6 months' time, talking about, you know, the Bike for Life festival and the daughter's presentation, it would be old news to me and of no interest to you. So, mind you, probably most of my videos are of no interest to you. You kind of watch it just to realise there are people out there that are more dull and are worse off than you are. Just kidding. You know, as I've said before, I'm very critical of everything I do. I hate my videos. Once I've edited them, they go and I never watch them again. I think a lot of people like that. A lot of people hate the sound of their own voice. I hope you can hear this. It's quite windy this morning during this heat wave that we're having. So I hope you can hear this okay. Right, well, we've got another 2 junctions to go with this. I'm going to call it there. It's only a quick short video, like I say. It was only really a test to see the camera angle of the GoPro with the medium on, to make sure that it is of adequate positioning. I want to thank you for watching, and I want you to stay safe, have fun, and I'll catch you on the flip side. I wonder what happens to this one when I open it up in top gear. Oh, things happen! Oh, things happen! Woo!